It's always interesting to compare Nietzsche's atheism with other atheist schools of thought, and in this video we'll take something that Nietzsche wrote and do just that. Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to the Monte Collier Report. If you want a copy of my free theological journal, then all you have to do is send me an email to the email address that you see at the beginning of this video, and I'll send one out to you free of charge. Friedrich Nietzsche didn't just disagree with Christians, but he also made it a point to disagree with many kinds of atheists as well. Consider the notion that men are basically good. This can be found in many different atheist philosophies, but not all of them. For example, atheists of the anarchist schools, they often proclaim that men are good, though it is government that drives men to evil deeds and criminal behavior. The proposed solution of anarchism is to eliminate government. Then the peace and beauty of utopia will necessarily overtake the world. The anarchist solution is rejected by the Bible. See Romans 13 verses 1 through 4. Atheists found in communist circles also hold to a notion that men are mainly good. They dream that one day the proletariat workers will rise up and violently overthrow their bourgeoisie capitalist masters. Then, after a bloody revolution, a communist utopia will suddenly emerge and all history will come to an end as the workers' paradise is established. For the communists, capitalism, metaphysics, and religion compel good men to act wickedly against one another. The communist rejects the biblical teaching that fallen man is born evil, incapable of good, and inclined towards all sin. Communism and the Bible are obviously incompatible. The atheism of Ayn Rand is yet another example of the philosophical belief that men are generally good at heart. Rand's system, known as objectivism, blames mystical religious beliefs as a major corrupting influence behind the wicked behavior of people throughout the ages. But, unlike most atheists today, Rand also blames socialist ideology as a major corrupting influence upon men. This is obviously contrary to communism. Despite her approval of capitalism, Rand wrongly taught, perhaps purposely misrepresented, the Bible's position concerning money and economics. If the good reader will permit a short digression, then I will provide an example. Through Ayn Rand's character Francisco de Acuña, who was a fictional representative of objectivism in her greatest novel, Rand misconstrues the biblical position by writing, and I quote, "Money is the root of all evil," end quote. Atlas Shrugged, Part 2, Chapter 2, page 422. This wrongfully misleads readers into thinking that the Bible identifies money as the source of all evil. Contrary to what Ayn Rand claims, the Bible teaches nothing of the sort. Actually, the Bible teaches that, quote, "the love of money is the root of all evil," end quote. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. The emphasis is mine. So money is not evil, but loving it more than God is. At any rate, let's now turn to Nietzsche's writings and examine a statement he published concerning human nature. Well, unlike the atheists mentioned above, Nietzsche published a view that runs counter to the idea of men being generally good. He does not praise man's rational mind, nor does he impute justice to the nature of man. Instead, Nietzsche comes out with the following, and I quote, "We are from the beginning illogical and therefore unjust beings, and can recognize this. It is one of the greatest and inexplicable discords of existence," end quote. Human, All Too Human, Part 1, First Division, Section 32, page 33. The meaning of Nietzsche's sentence is unmistakable. His testimony is that man is an unjust being, a being who is not good by nature, but bad. Not only is man naturally unjust, but Nietzsche informs us that we have the capacity to recognize the natural depravity found in man. No sooner does he bear witness to man's vile nature, Nietzsche then declares the truth to be one of the greatest inexplicable mysteries existing today. Can we say that in this brief moment of clarity, Nietzsche recognized that there was something terribly wrong with mankind? Well, we thank God we do not need Friedrich Nietzsche to inform us on the condition of fallen mankind. God is not silent concerning the fallen state of man, but he has left us his great revelation, which is the Holy Bible. In the Bible, God explains comprehensively the origin of man, Genesis 1 and 2, the fall of man, Genesis 3, and the miserable condition man now resides, Psalm 14, Jeremiah 17, verse 9. The Bible says, and I quote, "Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned." End quote. Romans chapter 5, verse 12. Nietzsche is correct in saying all men can recognize the truth that they are sinful. This ability of self-recognition was installed into the mind of man by God himself. All men are truly without excuse, for men know God's moral law innately. The Bible says, and I quote, "For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these, having not the law, are a law unto themselves, which shew the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness." End quote. Romans chapter 2, verses 14 through 15.